Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to Dear Denise's Kitchen. So, I baked my very first sourdough bread and I want to share it with you. There we are. Look at this gorgeous sourdough bread. Now, you have one that is the traditional color that is dark and gorgeous, and then the other one is a little bit lighter just because I took it out a bit earlier for my son's sake. He thinks the bread is burnt, and I want him to be able to enjoy it. I've been feeding our sourdough starter and now it's at its optimum to bake for us. So this is 7 hours later. It is ready. So I shall leave all the exact measurements and the ingredients you need in the description box if you want to make one of these for yourself. So we're going to just mix all the ingredients, put it all together for the leaven and just mix it up, ensuring there are no lumps in it. And we're going to cover it and leave it overnight or leave it for 12 hours. In my case, I left it overnight. It's more convenient for me. And the next day, look at that. It has more than tripled. And this is what is going to give the amazing rise for our bread. So here I'm just mixing some water and some salt, which we're going to be using for the bread. Now I just mixed the salt and then left it to the side to dissolve because of I'm Himalayan salt here, and it took a while for it to dissolve, so I put it to the side. Now we are going to measure out our water and flour into the leaven, and this is the start of the making of our bread. Using a plastic spatula, I'm just going to stir in the flour until there is no more dry flour. It will all become really shaggy, and I will cover it and leave it for between 30 to 4 hours. At that stage, the enzymes in the flour will be breaking down the flour and the protein, which is what we really want. So 4 hours later, I take the cover off and I'm just going to add my salt to it. Adding the salt, I'm just going to move the mixture around and pinching it as I go along. I'm just trying to get all the salt solution to mix into my dough, and I'll start pulling it from the side to side and bringing it to the middle. So I'll hold the side, pull it as if to stretch it a little bit and put it in the middle. I'll keep doing that all round until my the salt solution is completely absorbed into the dough. I then covered the dough and allow it to rise for the next hour undisturbed. And as you can see, there is a very good rise on it. So then I started folding it again. Well, I couldn't resist punching it, pardon me. I just started moving it from the side whilst rotating the bowl when I can. So literally I'm just going round and round. If it's easier for you to rotate the bowl, do that, but I'm going round the dough and just moving it to the center. From stretch it out, move it to the center, stretch it out, move it to the center, and then I will leave it for half an hour. Cover it, leave it for half an hour, come back, do it again. I did that for about 6 times within the next 3 hours. When that was done, I just floured my surface, divided the dough into 2, and then started rolling it anti-clockwise whilst tucking the dough under. So I tuck it in and then roll it anti-clockwise. I am using rice flour here. You don't really need to use anything at all, but I just could not stand the stickiness in my hand, so I was using a bit of rice flour to help me. So I did this for both of the doughs, and then I covered it and left it to rise one more time. Don't expect to rise like that of a normal bake. So here I am covering it, and I'm allowed it for 30 minutes and then came back to it and then gave it the final fold. This gives some tension to the surface of the dough and shapes it, and gives it its form. So I am just tucking it in and rolling it again. I just placed some flour inside the basket and then just placed the dough in it and covered it and left it there for another 30 minutes again for another rise. It is very important that you flour the basket or whatever you have in there, such as the cloth, as I do have it in there, so it prevents it from sticking into it. And I just left it for half an hour, and then it was ready for baking. The other one was round and this one was a little bit elongated, so we had 2 different shapes. So now we're ready for bake. I've just brought out my Dutch oven from the oven. I place it in the oven to heat it up a little bit, and then put the dough on it. I am a little bit OCD because I was trying to get it to the middle, but of course it could not get in the middle. So here we've baked it for a while, and we're just going to take the cover off and then put it back into the oven, and there we are. It is all ready. This is the darkest of the 2. I love the color. And this is our second one. We're going to scar this one as well, and just like the previous one, we are going to cover it, put it in the oven, bring it out, and then put it back in without the cover for the final bake. And there we are, beautiful and gorgeous. Hear the sound? Tells you it is well baked and it is ready.